Well, happy Friday. Today is the first Friday of 2020, the new decade, new year, and we are discussing final emissions of liability, which is the most under-recognized, under-perceived piece of paper that you can get if you are injured on the job in Colorado. And it is called a final emission of liability. It is the number one thing that we are most concerned about, whether or not an injured worker is received. When they contact our office, we're trying to find out, is there a final emission? Is there a final emission? Final emissions basically look like this. This is the kind of what it looks like. And you would think that it would, if I were going to design it, it would be in big red, and there'd be big red letters, which is, you're about to get screwed and contact a lawyer. That would be what I'd put on it. Unfortunately, that's not what the state of Colorado requires that injured workers be advised. In fact, all it just says is, in the little small point, but it is bold, it said, this is an important legal document listing the benefits you have been or will be paid. You have a right to disagree, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I can't tell you how many people that we've talked with injured workers who are flabbergasted, stunned, amazed, and extremely upset that their claim has not just is not just over, but is closed and is done. And the number one response that I get is but I didn't sign anything. I didn't get a check. I didn't cash the check. I got the check, but I didn't cash it, etc. It doesn't matter, because once this document is filed and sent to the address of record, even if you've moved and you haven't done a change of address form, once this is mailed, the clock is running, and you've got 30 days to do a number of things. Which is, you have to file a written objection if you disagree that you are not cured or at maximum medical improvement. You've got to request what's called a division independent medical exam. Those rules, which changed last year, are incredibly complex about how you challenge the company doctor's assessment that you no longer need medical care to get better, what body parts are or are not related in your work injury, what sort of compensation you should get or might get for that injury. And so it is the number one piece of paper, and it sinks our hearts when people call us and it's been 45, 50, even 35 days since the final admission was filed, and we ask, why did you not contact us or any other attorney earlier? And oftentimes they didn't know that they got a final admission. It's in an envelope. They were getting so much mail, etc. And so I want to reiterate, this is why you need an attorney on your side in your case, involved immediately, as soon as possible, because when final admissions come in on our clients, we make sure that they're protected. We make sure that their rights are protected. And so you can talk with an attorney in Colorado, and I'm not just talking about our law firm, but I'm talking about all law firms in Colorado who help injured workers. All of us offer free consultations, and you don't have to pay for that. You can call, we can get information, we can kind of lay out what your rights and benefits and options are, and then you can make a decision. Is this something where I want to have my rights and options protected? Because not all work injuries are serious. Not all work injuries require lawyers. Not all work injuries in Colorado are going to knock you out of employment or result in any sort of permanent problems at all. You don't need a lawyer. But if you've got an injury where you're losing wages, or you are done with treatment and you are not back to 100%, you're going to need an attorney to make sure that you get what you are entitled to. And later on, we'll talk about what people are entitled to. You can go to our YouTube library. We've got a lot of videos on what sort of issues and benefits and pitfalls there are in workers' compensation, so that you know that this is a maze that you should not run by yourself. So again, The number one thing is frankly, don't wait for a final mission to contact an attorney. Call us right away. Let's see if we can help you, or at least have you get oriented to your rights and your options, etc., to see if you even have a case that where an attorney would be helpful for you. But number two is, if you get a final admission, please understand it for what it is. It is an attempt by the insurance company to say, we paid this, we're going to pay this, and that's it, nothing more. If it isn't on this paper, we're going to not pay it at all. And your case will close automatically within 30 days of that, unless you do it. And so it's important that you understand that. It is important that they do not require you to agree or to sign off or anything. Do not be placated or put off thinking that you can still negotiate a settlement, because oftentimes the adjuster will say, well, let me get back to you, but the adjuster is just waiting for that 30 days to pass for this. And once that's done, your bargaining position has collapsed, because your claim is closed as to everything that the insurance company has decided to give you, and whatever they haven't decided, they are no longer obligated to provide you, and you won't even be able to pursue it in court, because why? Your case is closed. And so we help injured and disabled workers throughout Colorado. We've been helping injured and disabled workers since 1997. All of our attorneys here have over three of us have over 20 years of experience. One of us, I think, has about 18, 19 experience. This is what we do. We don't do wills, we don't do divorces, we don't do criminal law, we don't do immigration or bankruptcy, and we do workers' compensation. And this means two things. Number one, we're very, very good at what we do. And number two, we're very boring at cocktail parties, because this is all that we do. But we fight hard for our clients. We would love to help you. If you or someone you know has been injured on the job in Colorado, or they were hired in Colorado and were injured within the first 6 months of their employment outside of Colorado, assuming you've got like a traveling job, you may have a workers' compensation claim governed by the laws of Colorado. Give us a call, 970-356-9898. Go to our website, kaplanmorrell.com, and we would be happy and thrilled to help you. As always, the initial consultation is completely free. And with that, I wish you a very happy New Year. Bye.